Okay, I may or may not be super behind on card reviews, but I'm gonna do them anyway. I got a lot to catch up on, and I'm just gonna do them all in one video because this is my channel. Anyway, let's get started. Our first card is Expired Merchant, a 2-mana, 2/1 Warlock minion with a battle cry. Discard the highest cost card in your hand. With a death rattle of add 2 copies of it to your hand. This card is broken. I remember all the times that I played my Dinomancer Warlock deck and how much effort I had to go into to discard specifically and consistently Dinomancer. And when I was doing those decks, I had the thought that they would never ever print a card that had discard your highest cost card on it because it would be too powerful. But look, they did it anyway. And you get 2 more copies of it. What the hell? What were they thinking? And up next is the super duper cool Paladin quest, Making Mummies. I don't see how this should be a Paladin card by this flavor, but here it is, I guess. Quest to play 5 Reborn minions, reward Emperor Raps, which is a 2-mana hero power, to summon a 2/2 copy of a friendly minion. There's a lot that you can do with this hero power, which seems to be the way that they're designing a lot of the quests to be not just a win condition, like a straight up you play the quest in this way and then you just win because the quest reward is good. No, they have a lot of hero power quest rewards that just do something really unique, and you need to come up with the win condition yourself. And that's something you can do with this. There's a lot of things that you can do with this. It enables a lot of combos. You can do some powerful stuff with death rattles. Like, you could summon a mechanical whelp and then summon another mechanical whelp. You can summon a 2/2 Sylvanas. Lots of things. There's a lot of options for this. I might play this in a Reno Paladin if there's enough Reborn minions that exist to run a Reborn list. We haven't seen all that many yet, but I say keep your eyes on this card because there's a lot that you can do with it. Next up, speaking of Reborn cards, is Mermy, a 1-mana, 1/1 Murloc with Reborn. It's a neutral card. It's a Mecharoo. It's the villager, the possessed dude, possessed villager. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Fuck. This is pretty good. Imagine if Murloc decks had the ability to run Mecharoo and have synergy with it. That's what this is. It's pretty good, honestly. You can get +2 attack on, was it the Murloc Tidecaller off of this? Anything that buffs Murlocs with an aura. This is really good. Murloc Quest and Shaman. Pretty good. Summons you 2 for 1 card. Pretty good. Even without the quest, it's just a good card for Murloc decks, honestly. I think it's going to see play. Now we have a card that looks specifically designed to work with the new Druid quest, Hidden Oasis. 6-mana Druid spell, choose 1 to summon a 6/6 Ancient with Taunt, or restore 12 health. So those options are marginal by themselves. They're not that great. Like, you could restore 12 health or 12 armor with 2 other cards that are 4 mana. But as we've seen with Branching Paths, one of those cards that I just referenced, that choices give cards a lot of power, but it doesn't always just make them good. Like, War Druid Lodi is not that good because the choices aren't all that great. But having enough good choices and flexibility of a card can make it good. And a 6-mana 6/6 Taunt, it's not that bad. Healing for 12, it's okay. Helps with Lucent Bark decks. If you get the new hero power, 6 mana, 6/6, Taunt, restore 12 health, pretty good. Is that going to be viable? I guess it really depends on how viable the new Druid quest is, I guess. But I guess we'll see. Next up, we got a super duper fun card that I totally love. Wild Bloodstinger. 6 mana, 6/9 beast for Hunter. Summon a minion from your opponent's hand and attack it. It is a dirty rat with murder on a stick. It is a murder rat. It is a beautiful card. It is removal for Hunter that is functional. It is fantastic. This is a cool card. And speaking of cool cards for Hunter, Scarlet Webweaver, 6 mana 5/5 beast. I'm pretty sure this one was revealed at the same time as the last one, but this one is just as cool. Battlecry, reduce the cost of a random beast in your hand by 5. Beast-related combos are going to flourish. The first thing that a lot of people thought of was Tundra Rhino. The first thing I thought of was reducing King Crush and then making copies of King Crush with Hunting Party and then playing Emerus and getting a bunch of 0 mana 16/16 charges. I think that's pretty hot, but there's going to be so much that you can do with this. Mana reduction is always something you need to keep your eye on in Hearthstone because it allows for some very, very interesting things to happen. And this is definitely already one of those cards. All right, next card, Bizarre Mugger, 5 mana 3/5 for Rogue. With Rush and Battlecry, add a random minion from another class to your hand. First, let's just completely ignore the Battlecry and discuss whether or not a 5 mana 3/5 with Rush is good. Maybe. I mean, Ziliax is a 5 mana 3/2, but he also has a lot of other gizmos and gadgets stapled on. This is just a 3/5. Like, this has a better chance. No, it actually doesn't have a better chance of surviving than Ziliax does, honestly, because Ziliax has Divine Shield. This does have more health, though. It's okay. It's not really that good. Is a random minion good? It's a card advantage of 2 cards. It's an entirely random minion. Could be really good. Could be useless. Who knows? Burgle Rogue. It could be anything. I don't think this card is good. And our first stupid meme card of the day is a Desert Obelisk. 5 mana, 0/5, neutral minion, air quotes. If you control 3 of these at the end of your turn, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. It's some kind of weird, wonky, garbage build-your-own Ragnaros that is more vulnerable. So, if you get 3 of these, you do 15 damage every turn, which is better than Rag, but Rag is also 1 card. That's all you need is just a Rag. What happens if you get more of these? I don't know. What happens if you get more than 3? I mean, if you can get more than 3, this could be good. Stacking up to eventually, I think, 35 damage off the top of my head. That's pretty meme. It's not going to happen very easily. It's not going to happen consistently at all. But it's fun, and that's all that matters. All right, from dumb meme cards to a Vile Spine Slayer that punches you in the face, we got Rift Cleaver, a 6 mana 7/5 demon for Warlock. It's a battle cry. Destroy a minion. Your hero takes damage equal to its health. It's a Vile Spine Slayer that punches you in the face. At first, this card seems really bad, but from what I heard other people suggest, you put this in Even Lock. It is a removal card, so you can remove some kind of big old taunty boy, some big old taunty dude, take a ton of damage to the face, and then play your Molten Giants and your Hooked Reavers. That's kind of hot. That's kind of a thing. That's something you could do. As far as other Warlock decks, I think running demons like this isn't a good idea. And I think it's a little too expensive for Zoo. I could be wrong, though. It has the same exact stats as Illidan. And Illidan is not a good card, but also Illidan does not destroy a minion when you play him. So, the stats are awkward and wonky, but it could be really good. I think if there's any deck that gives it a place to shine, it's Evenlock. Moving on, we get our first dumb broken card of the day. Evil Recruiter, 3 mana, 3/3 for Warlock. Battlecry, destroy a friendly lackey to summon a 5/5 demon. If you thought 4 mana 7/7 was good, how about a 3 mana 8/8? Yep, this exists. You can do this, you can do this, you can make this happen. This is a card that exists. I don't really think I need to say all that much. Honestly, is it going to be really that hard to get a Murloc, or not a Murloc, a lackey on board to play this? And you get 8/8 in stats? No. It's not. What? I don't know what to say. I don't know why they did this. Thank you, Blizzard. Next up, we got Hunter's Pack. A 3 mana Hunter spell. Add a random Hunter Beast, Secret, and Weapon to your hand. It's like Master's Call, but more fun and wacky and random. So, how good is this card? There's a lot of things to consider when you're talking about how good this card is. It's technically draw 3, but it's not draw 3. It's better than draw 3 in part of it because you're not drawing cards out of your deck, you're generating cards. You're getting 3 cards for free, so you're getting a +2 card advantage. Now, the disadvantage compared to drawing cards is these cards are entirely random, but you have an idea of what you're getting. You know you're getting one of each of these things, and they have a chance of being relatively good. They can work. You have a chance of high rolling, you have a chance of low rolling. It doesn't matter. I think there's plenty of like value-based spell hunter decks that'll be like, yeah, I'll play a card that gives me extra cards. Sure, why not? Like, there's already Rock Dalar spell hunter decks. Why not throw this in there? Just get more extra value. I think this card has a lot going for it. Next up, we got Bloodsworn Mercenary, 3 mana 3/3 for Warrior. Battlecry, choose a damaged friendly minion and summon a copy of it. It's Sudden Genesis for less. Only targets 1. So it's not like you can use it to summon a bunch of things that are damaged with a Whirlwind. But it's still good. It costs less. It has a body attached to it. You can, as a lot of people have said, Leroy, Inner Rage, and then play this. Got 8 mana, a ton of damage. Really easily. It's really weird to pin this card down because damaged required cards have been really wonky and weird in the past. But if it fits right, it can define an entirely new, like, aggressive warrior deck. So maybe you could even throw this just into Pirate Warrior, honestly, if you can get damage to work. You have Deathspite in a Pirate Warrior. That's just one thing. You could throw Inner Rage into Pirate Warrior for a little bit of burst damage. And then you add this, it's more than just burst damage, it's Board Flood. And I hate that I just suggested that. Now we're on to the first of 2 Murloc cards that were revealed by our boy Cripperino. I hate words. Fish Flinger. A 2 mana, 3/2 Murloc that flings fish. It's Battlecry. Add a random Murloc to each player's hand. He flings a fishy boy into each player's hand. It's a fun card. It's a reasonably balanced card. It's comparable to Primal Fin Lookout to help you generate more Murlocs for your Murloc deck. But Primal Fin Lookout costs one more, but you get to discover, so that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. But you're giving your opponent a card, but they're probably not playing a Murloc deck, so why do they care about Murlocs? There's a lot of wonkiness to this card, but it has some potential. It's generating cards, but generally, giving your opponent cards usually isn't that good. This might see some play in Arena. I don't know. Might have to give it a shot. The second of the two Skipperino Cripperino cards is Tip the Scales. You get it? Because Murlocs are fish and they have scales. Good one. 8 mana, summon 7 Murlocs from your deck. Yikes. That is good. That's just, oh my god. If you build your deck right to be like the right Murlocs that are just a bunch of teeny babby Murlocs that have like battle cries and stuff that are big little babbies. This is pretty good. It's 8 mana. Draw a bunch of cards. If you play this in anything, dude, you just literally draw all of your combo pieces and set it up for anything. You just get all of your Murlocs out like that. It's probably stupid to do that. It's probably way too wonky. Maybe you run that as a one-of in anything Paladin, but yeah, it's worth a shot, I think. It's worth considering, at least. And now we're on to the one card that took way too long for them to reveal, but was definitely worth the wait. It took them 1 hour to reveal this card. 1 entire hour to show us this card. Anka the Buried. 5 mana 5/5 rogue legendary. That changes each death rattle in your hand to a 1/1 that costs 1. This card is important. Every time that a new death rattle comes out, every death rattle that's ever existed that can be played in Rogue, you need to think about now. Because you can just easily force your death rattles to be 1 mana. And that is ridiculously powerful. The first easy thing that people have suggested is Mechathune. 1 mana Mechathune that you can easily kill with the backstab. That's really good. You can get 1 mana Carnivorous Cubes. You can get a 1 mana Sylvanas. You can get 1 mana a lot of broken stuff. You can get a bunch of 1 mana death rattles, and then like you play an Umbra, and then you cube the death rattles that you make. And then you get the full-sized ones out of your 1 mana cube because of your Umbra. This is a really important card. This card is very good. Jesus, I don't have to say it. There's so much potential in this card's design. Next up, we get 2 mage cards that make me want to cry. First up is Cloud Prince, 5 mana 4/4 elemental for mage. With Battlecry, if you control a secret, deal 6 damage. It's a secret mage card. It's secret mage with a fireball attached to a body that can go face. Thank you, Blizzard. I don't like this card. It exists. It's a card that can go into secret mage and burn your face off. I don't like it. Please stop this. And the other of the 2 cards is even worse. And by worse, I mean really strong, and I hate it. Arcane Flak Mage, 2 mana 3/2. After you play a secret, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. They don't get a board. You don't need a board. I have multiple cards that will reduce my secrets to 0 mana. I will reduce all of my secrets to 0 mana, and you will not have a board that exists. All hail our wild overlords of Mage. Everyone get used to loving Mage. Mage is God. Mage is Queen. Jaina is God. Praise Mage. On a lighter note, we got a weird, wacky, fun, awkward shaman weapon. 4 mana 3/2 splitting axe that summons copies of all your totems out. Is this good in even shaman? Might be. Summons copies of your totem golems. Summons copies of your basic totems. Pretty sure that triggers thing from below because it cares about summons and not plays, so you can get your things from below out really fast. Also, this does damage to faces, which is a thing that even shaman likes to do, and it can control the board, which is another thing that even shaman likes to do. It feels a little too wonky for even shaman. Even shaman's very like versatile and flexible, and it can do a lot of things with each of the cards it has. This is kind of specific. I feel like it's a little too specific for what even shaman wants to do, but in the right deck, it's pretty good. If you have a more totem-centric even shaman deck, yeah, I guess it has a place. Now we're on to 2 super wacky wonky rogue cards. First off, Hooked Scimitar, 3 mana 2/2 weapon. Combo gain +2 attack. Rogue combos aren't that hard to get off. This is a 3 mana True Silver. This is a card that exists. I don't think I need to say all that much other than 3 mana True Silver. And the combo is not that hard to do, especially in like aggressive tempo rogue decks that run plenty of combo activation already. Honestly, like, you're gonna see this. That's my judgment call now. Second of the 2 rogue cards is literally Underbelly Angler, but for rogue, it's Whirlkick Master, a 2 mana 1/2. Whenever you play a combo card, add a random combo card to your hand. So you get to do a big wacky whirl kick with this Whirl Kick Master. And whirl kick the shit out of your opponent with a bunch of random combo cards for free in 1 turn. Wow. Cool. Wacky. Fun. Interactive. Well, it's pretty interactive. It's not a very big body. I meme about that. But it's wacky and cool and random. And good. It seems like the Hearthstone team has a trend of printing weird cards that are Tortolans for some reason. And this one goes for Mage. 8 mana 5/5 Tortolan Pilgrim. Battlecry, discover a copy of a spell in your deck and cast it with a random target. Now that's a copy. That's really important because you can run this in Big Spell Mage and get extra value out of your big spells. Now note that it doesn't affect Dragon Caller Alana, but that doesn't matter. You're already doing enough for Dragon Caller Alana. This is just an extra board clear to help continue your win condition, to help continue to clear the board. Other than that, I don't think this is all that good. It's too much mana for anything else other than Big Spell Mage, honestly. And now we get the other dumb, stupid meme card of the day. Mogu Cultist, 1 mana 1/1, neutral minion. Battlecry, if your board is full of Mogu Cultists, sacrifice them all and summon Highkeeper Ra. What is Highkeeper Ra? I don't hear you asking, because you're not in the same room as me. Highkeeper Ra is a 10 mana. The 10 mana doesn't matter because you're not playing him. 20. At the end of your turn, deal 20 damage to all enemies, the entire board and their face. There's some decks where this is not that hard to pull off. You play Tack in Rogue, and then you play the Mogu Cultist, and then you play Togwaggle Scheme, and you just fill your hand. There you go. You got Highkeeper Ra. There he is. You win the game. You want to tip the scales in your favor even more? After you summon Mr. Big Raw Boy, you can play Drakari Enchanter, or you can do something... No, that's to tap out 10 mana. You can summon a Drakari Enchanter. That does 40 damage. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is not hard to pull off. It's really... It's kind of wonky to pull off, but it's really not that bad. I don't know how I feel about this. It's got me feeling a little sick in my stomach, honestly. Last up for this video, a Nubasoth Warbringer. A 9-mana, 9/6 neutral minion with a death rattle of give all minions in your hand +3/+3. Arena, but really. Imagine running this with Anka, the card we mentioned earlier, the one that is really important to think of new death rattles that come out and how they will interact with that card. This card will make your Anubisoth Warbringer a 1/1 for 1. That will make all of your other 1-mana minions big again. Normal size. 4/4s. 1-mana 4/4 death rattles. Play another one. 1-mana 7/7s. That's pretty hot. That's pretty cool. That's pretty slick. That's pretty neato. That's pretty nutso. Other than that, I think it's just an arena card, honestly. You know what? I just lied. I have more cards to review because I'm really bad at getting this video finished. Neverset Ritualist. That's the next card that we're looking at. It's a 2-mana 2/3 neutral minion with Battle Cry. Restore adjacent minions to full health. The way I just said that so nonchalantly really downplays the fact that this is really strong. This is really good. It's a 2-mana minion with good stats, with a high tempo ability. It's very high tempo ability. Like, you're not doing anything to increase attack or like buff it or anything, but it's kind of like buffing it. Like we've seen in weird tempo-y priest decks where priests give minions health to keep them alive. This works kind of like that, but for any deck. So any deck that's like a tempo-y deck that value trades their minions in any way, which is a lot of tempo decks, you just get them back to full health. You can do more good trades and then win the board. This is really good. I don't know what to say. And next up, revealed with that last card, is Diseased Vulture, a 4-mana 3/5 beast for Warlock, which is after your hero takes damage on your turn, summon a random 3-cost minion. That is a very interesting and fun and probably bad card. I don't think damaging yourself is worth that. Yeah, we've seen the damage yourself and then get benefits in the past, and the only card that's worked on is the Spellstone, because you don't need to have a thing on the board for that to matter. You can just damage yourself while the Spellstone's in your hand and it does what it's supposed to, and every other card in the damage yourself and get a benefit pool of Warlock cards are cards that require them to be played or on the board like this. So, by itself, kind of It's a fun card. It's a meme card. It's a kooky card. It's a wacky card. But there's one combo deck that I read from a Discord server that I really enjoy for this card. That is, you get 3 Thaurissan ticks, so 1 Thaurissan tick across 3 cards. You play this. You treachery it to your opponent. You play Unlicensed Apothecary, which is the one that... No, wait. You give them the Apothecary first. It's the one that will deal damage to your face when you summon another minion. and then you treachery this to them, which will trigger the unlicensed apothecary, which will trigger this, and then so on and so forth. If the enemy's board is empty, that will deal 5 times 6 damage, which is 30. So you can, if their board is empty, which warlocks can clear boards, if their board is empty, you can OTK them if they have 30 or less health. So that's a meme that exists. Obviously, that's not a good combo. I don't think I need to say that, but it's a fun one. And that's really all that matters to me. And next up, we have Into the Fray, a 1-mana warrior spell that will give all taunt minions in your hand a +2/+2. So it's like bolster, but it doesn't do anything immediately. I don't think I have to say that this isn't good. I don't think I have to say that, but I would like to point out the advantage that this card has over Bolster. So whereas Bolster gets better from having you need to have minions on board, which requires minions to stay alive. But when you have minions in your hand, you don't got to worry about that. You just hold them, and you have minions, and this will affect however many minions you hold in your hand. But then again, that also might require you at times to hold on to minions for this to get better, which is Hearthstone is a tempo game. Do you really want to hold on to minions? It's a toss-up. It costs less than Bolster. Something. Maybe if there's some kind of tempo-y taunt warrior, something. I'm not seeing it. Next up, we got a super special new Hunter secret, which is kind of like a cat trick, but in certain ways it's better because it's a cat trick with a deadly shot stapled to it. It's Pressure Plate, a 2-mana secret. After your opponent casts a spell, destroy a random enemy minion. Quite like I said, it's a cat trick, except it's not. It's a cat trick, deadly shot. I like this card, I think. It's kind of wonky the more that I think about it. Like, it seems like it's better than Cat Trick in my head, but Cat Trick is consistent where it gets you a minion. This has the potential to do something better, but your opponent also has the opportunity to control what minions are on the board. So, I'm having a difficult time actually convincing myself that this is good. It seems like it's good, and I want to believe that it is, because it's a 2-mana destroy a minion, right? But secrets are always just wonky like that. Like, there's the opponent not knowing what the secret is, but they can control the interactions for the secret because it happens on your opponent's turn. So, like, they can very easily set it up to where a small minion gets destroyed. Well, then again, it's random, so they can't really set that up. And they might not perfectly be able to play around it. This one is so wonky, but all of the other people around me I'm seeing are saying that this is really good. I want to believe that this is really good. I think I might just need to see this card come out to be convinced that it is. Okay, the next card we have is definitely not a reference to something else. Not in any way at all. It's Frightened Flunky. 2-mana 2/2 warrior taunt minion. With a battle cry, discover a taunt minion. It's a Stonehill defender for warrior, except it costs less, and because discoverers have weight to favor class options over neutral options, you have an increased chance, a slightly increased chance of getting this off of itself. So you could, very unlikely, but possibly play 5 of these in one turn. Other than that, it's like a Stonehill Defender. It doesn't have the best stats, but neither did Stonehill Defender. The strength in this is the fact that it lets you discover a flexible minion for the situation, and it costs less in doing it. Now, neither this nor Stonehill Defender have good stats, but I like to think that Stonehill Defender has better stats than this, because taunts want high health and whatnot. You know, I have enough faith in how strong Stonehill Defender has been in the past to say that this is probably good alongside it. Alright, now we have another taunt minion alongside this that probably isn't as good. I don't think. It's probably not. 3 mana, 2/3, Infested Goblin. It's a taunt with Death Rattle. Add 2 1/1 Scarabs with taunt to your hand. Now, I might be a little bit biased, because when I first saw this, I entirely misread this card. When I first saw this, I thought it was a 2 mana, 2/3 Death Rattle summon 2 1/1 Scarabs with taunt onto the board. Now, that's insane, and that's bonkers, and obviously they should never print that. They shouldn't print that. I'm saying this now, Blizzard, don't print that. Please. But, you get 2 more taunts out of it. They're really garbage. They're really bad. Like, they don't protect for much at all. And it's an extra 2 mana to play them. But it's 2 extra taunts for 1 card. But the thing about, like, this compared to Stonehill Defender is Stonehill Defender, it may get you 1 extra card, but you get to choose that extra card, which means you're increasing the chance that that extra taunt you get off of Stonehill Defender is a really good one. With this, it's just you don't get to choose. You get 2. You get 2 of them, but they're garbage all the time. So I don't think it's all that good. That's going to be my opinion on that. And last up for realist time, pretty sure, shouldn't need to add anything more to this one. Wasteland Assassin, 5 mana, 4/2, minion, Stealth Reborn, neutral. Garbage. It's not good. It's not good at all. Stealth and Reborn is an interesting combination. Trump had talked about this combination in a video where someone had created a Stealth Reborn mech, and that would be broken to have just a Stealth mech. But this isn't that. This is just a Stealth Reborn, and it's a very poorly statted one. It's like, no, it's not good. It's not good. It's not. Don't play this card. Alright, I have taken way too long, and I have talked for way too long for one video, so I probably should just end this here. If somehow you managed to make it to the end of this procrastination of a video, I assume that means that you probably enjoyed yourself. I hope you did. And if you did, you could consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that. You don't have to. That's up to you. But if you want to, I make videos on the internet. Have a nice day.